Georgia is home to approximately 10.7 million people, making it the 8th largest state by population. However, nearly 60% of Georgians live in the bustling Atlanta metropolitan area, while the expansive southern region remains sparsely populated. Despite its expansive coastline and rich history, southern Georgia has not developed a major urban center like those found in other coastal states. So why is there such a significant population imbalance? What factors have led to the dominance of Atlanta, while the southern part of the state lags behind in urban development? Well, let's investigate the reasons behind this unique population distribution, delving into historical, geographic, and economic factors that have shaped the region. Without further ado, let's get started. Historical context. Southern Georgia was inhabited by the Creek, Cherokee, and Yuchi tribes. These tribes, part of the ancient Mississippian culture, had sophisticated agricultural practices, well-established trade networks, and intricate social structures. They cultivated crops, built elaborate mound complexes, and engaged in widespread trade. Georgia's transformation began in the early 18th century when it was established as a British colony. Named after King George II, it was the last of the original 13 colonies founded in 1732 by James Oglethorpe. Initially envisioned as a haven for the poor, Georgia's strategic importance as a buffer zone protecting the Carolinas from Spanish Florida quickly took precedence, driving its development through economic and defensive motives. Georgia became increasingly involved in the American struggle for independence. Initially hesitant due to its distance from the northern colonies, Georgia eventually played a significant role in the Revolutionary War. Its strategic location and valuable resources made it a key battleground, and by the war's end, it had firmly joined the United States, becoming the fourth state to ratify the Constitution on January 2, 1788. Post-revolution, Georgia rapidly became a dominant southern state, thriving through cotton and rice cultivation on large plantations. This agricultural boom increased the demand for enslaved labor. Georgia's reliance on slavery set the stage for its involvement in the Civil War. As a Confederate state, Georgia saw significant conflict, particularly during General Sherman's March to the Sea, which aimed to destroy vital infrastructure. Following the Civil War, Georgia faced the challenges of Reconstruction. The abolition of slavery ended the plantation economy, and formerly enslaved individuals sought to build new lives amidst significant social, economic, and political upheaval. Despite these challenges, Georgia began to rebuild, transitioning from an agriculture-based economy to one more diversified and industrialized. Industrialization brought new opportunities. Cities like Atlanta, strategically located as a railroad hub, became centers of industry and commerce. The development of transportation infrastructure further integrated Georgia into the national economy. By the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Georgia had established itself as a significant player in the South's economic landscape. However, southern Georgia, with its economy centered around agriculture rather than industry, did not develop large urban centers, contributing to the population imbalance we see today. Then we have the geography aspect, which plays a crucial role in its cultural and economic landscape. Geographic overview of Georgia. From the rugged Appalachian Mountains in the north to the fertile coastal plain in the south, the state offers a variety of environments that shape the lives of its residents and its economic activities. In the northern part of Georgia, the Appalachian Mountains, including the Blue Ridge Mountains, dominate the landscape. These mountains are known for their stunning beauty and rich biodiversity. High elevations, dense forests, and fast-flowing streams make this region popular for outdoor enthusiasts. The Chattahoochee and Oconee Natural Forests provide opportunities for hiking, camping, and wildlife observation. These mountains also serve as important watersheds, supplying water to other parts of the state. Moving south from the mountains, the terrain transitions into the Piedmont region. This area, extending from the foothills of the Appalachians to the central part of the state, is marked by rolling hills and fertile soil. The Piedmont is the most populous region in Georgia, home to major cities like Atlanta. Historically, the fertile soil of the Piedmont supported a variety of plantations, contributing to Georgia's agricultural wealth. Today, this region is a hub of business and industry. Atlanta, in particular, has grown into a major economic center, attracting businesses and residents with its diverse job markets and infrastructure. A key feature of Georgia's geography is the fall line, a geologic boundary where the hilly landscapes of the Piedmont meet the flat coastal plain. This line is marked by a series of rapids and waterfalls, which historically represented the furthest point of navigation on many rivers. Early settlers established cities along the fall line, such as Augusta, Macon, and Columbus, to take advantage of the water power these rapids provided for mills and factories. The fall line became a crucial zone for early industrial development in Georgia. Beyond the fall line lies the expansive coastal plain, dominating the southern half of the state. This vast, flat region is characterized by sandy soils and is an important agricultural zone. The coastal plain is known for its production of peanuts, pecans, and peaches. The region also includes the Okefenokee Swamp, one of the largest and most pristine freshwater ecosystems in North America. The swamp's unique habitat supports a wide range of wildlife, adding to the state's ecological richness. When you go to the eastern boundary, it's defined by its coastline along the Atlantic Ocean. This area features barrier islands, salt marshes, and estuaries, contributing to the state's rich biodiversity. The coast is significant for its ports, which play a vital role in Georgia's trade. Savannah, the largest port in the state and the 13th largest in the country, is a critical gateway for goods entering and leaving the United States. The port's deep water facilities and extensive logistics infrastructure make it a hub of economic activity. Despite these natural advantages, Georgia's coast has not developed a major urban center like those in other states. The complex geography, including extensive marshlands and barrier islands, complicates large-scale urban development. Significant investment in infrastructure, such as drainage systems and roads, would be required to support such expansion. This is one of the reasons why southern Georgia remains less populated compared to the northern part of the state. But that's not all. Economic and demographic factors. Georgia's economic landscape is heavily dominated by the Atlanta metropolitan area, which stands as an economic powerhouse for the state and the entire southeastern United States. Atlanta's rise to prominence is due to several key factors: its role as a major transportation hub, the presence of numerous major corporations, and historical decisions that shaped its growth. The Atlanta metropolitan area is home to nearly 60% of Georgia's population, amounting to around 6.2 million people. This concentration is primarily because of Atlanta's abundant economic opportunities and its status as a major corporate hub. The city hosts the headquarters of several Fortune 500 companies, including Delta Airlines, Coca-Cola, Home Depot, UPS, and Equifax. These companies provide numerous job opportunities, attracting professionals from various fields and significantly contributing to the region's economic vitality. The presence of these corporations also spurs the growth of ancillary industries, including finance, healthcare, technology, and logistics, creating a robust and diversified economic environment. One critical factor in Atlanta's economic success is its strategic position as a transportation hub. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport is the busiest airport in the world, facilitating numerous domestic and international flights daily. This connectivity makes Atlanta an attractive location for businesses that require global reach and efficient logistics. Additionally, the city is served by an extensive network of highways and railroads, further enhancing its accessibility. Major highways like Interstates 75, 85, and 20 converge in Atlanta, linking the city to other key markets across the country. The rail network, originally established in the 19th century, continues to play a vital role in freight transportation, supporting the movement of goods within and beyond Georgia. In contrast to the bustling Atlanta metropolitan area, much of rural Georgia remains focused on agriculture. The state's fertile soil and favorable climate support the cultivation of various crops, including peanuts, pecans, peaches, and cotton. Agriculture remains a vital part of Georgia's economy, particularly in the southern and southwestern regions of the state. However, these rural areas face significant economic challenges. The mechanization of agriculture has reduced the demand for labor, leading to population decline as young people migrate to urban areas in search of better opportunities. Population distribution and migration trends within Georgia reflect these economic disparities. While Atlanta continues to attract new residents, rural areas struggle with population decline and economic stagnation. This urban-rural divide is marked by differences in income levels, education opportunities, and access to healthcare and other services. The concentration of resources and investments in the Atlanta area exacerbates these disparities, making it difficult for rural communities to thrive. Then comes the challenges, and well, guess what? Challenges of coastal urban development. Georgia's coastline, while naturally beautiful and strategically located, lacks a major coastal city like those in New York, Massachusetts, and Florida. New York City, Boston, and Miami have grown into global metropolises, benefiting from their coastal locations. Georgia's absence of a similar city stems from historical, economic, and geographic factors. For instance, New York City, at the Hudson River's mouth, has long been a gateway for immigration, commerce, and finance, with its deep harbor facilitating growth as a major port. Boston's excellent harbor and historical significance made it a center for education, culture, and trade. Miami, as a gateway to Latin America, coupled with its warm climate, became a hub for tourism, trade, and international business. Then we have Savannah, Georgia's coastal city. While historically significant, it has not seen comparable growth. Geographic challenges like extensive marshlands and barrier islands complicate large-scale urban development. These natural features, though ecologically valuable, hinder the construction of infrastructure necessary for a major city. Historically, Georgia's coastal region focused on agriculture rather than industry. The fertile lands along the coast were ideal for growing crops like rice and cotton, which became the backbone of the local economy. This agricultural focus did not necessitate large urban centers. Plantations and small towns supported the agrarian economy, and there was little push for industrialization or urban expansion. Coastal cities like Savannah did not develop the industrial base that could have driven urban growth. The Civil War further compounded these challenges. Savannah, one of Georgia's oldest cities, suffered significant setbacks during the war. The Union's strategic blockade of Confederate ports, including Savannah, crippled the local economy. General Sherman's capture of Savannah in 1864 severely affected its economic infrastructure. The war left the region's agricultural economy in ruins and disrupted the social order, making recovery a long process. Post-war recovery in Savannah and other coastal areas was slow. With the North moved towards industrialization, the South struggled to rebuild. Savannah's economy remained tied to agriculture, with little diversification into manufacturing or other industries that could support urbanization. The focus on rebuilding more heavily impacted areas like Atlanta drew resources and attention away from the coastal regions. In the 20th century, the development of the port of Savannah into a major shipping hub bolstered trade and logistics but did not spur significant urban growth. The port's success brought economic benefits but did not lead to large-scale urbanization. Geographic challenges, historical economic patterns, and the impact of the Civil War have kept coastal Georgia underdeveloped compared to Atlanta. Efforts to promote tourism provide a new economic lifeline for coastal Georgia. The scenic beauty of the barrier islands, the historical charm of cities like Savannah, and the coastal environment attract millions of visitors annually. However, tourism-driven growth presents its own challenges, including the need for sustainable development practices to protect the environments that draw tourists. So now, what are your thoughts on why so few Americans live in southern Georgia? Do you think that the region will see more growth in the future? Comment below, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating videos like this one.